Here's why Frank Ocean didn't want Kanye West on Channel Orange. Besides its elusive album drops, the occasional single release, and his new club night in New York, in 2019 Frank Ocean is almost impossible to find, let alone work with on music. But even back when he was first breaking into the mainstream, Frank was very selective with his collaborations. When he was spotted in the studio, it was only with musical legends like Andre 3000, Pharrell, Hove, John Mayer, and I guess Rich the Kid? No offense to Rich the Kid, I mean, I mess with No Freezer like the rest of us, but he just seems a little out of place there.
I like being around all those big wigs that done paved the way in the game.
You know, you should ask them what's it like being around Rich the Kid, the boss way, the money way.
Pharrell called Frank incredible after they worked together, and Frank worked on multiple songs with Hove and Ye for Watch the Throne. Kanye was actually so grateful for Frank's help on that album that he was eager to hop on a verse for Ocean's upcoming project. But when it came time to returning the favor for his highly anticipated debut album Channel Orange, what many people don't know is that Frank Ocean denied Kanye West's request for a collab. Now, most people dream of getting a feature from Kanye. Heck, most people would even be okay with just meeting him. Life flex alert here, I did meet a seemingly tired and hungover Kanye West in the Toronto airport the day after OVO Fest back in 2015, and Mr. West was nice enough to grant me a rare picture taken by none other than Virgil Abloh. So, like Chance said, I'm never going to fail, but that is besides the point. Back to the video. So why would Frank turn down Ye? Well, in a rare interview with BBC's Zane Lowe, Frank referenced a conversation he had with Kanye. Zayn asked if he would be hitting the studio with Ye while working on Channel Orange, and Frank said this: "I'll be candid about that. I told him, as much as I want to work with you, I kind of want to do this without you. I kind of want to do it on my own." Frank told Zayn that when he began recording the album, he started working on songs with his good friend and producer named Malay, and the two began to craft a sound from scratch together. Frank said that once they came up with a couple of song ideas and had a consistent sound, he wanted to keep building on that instead of bringing in too many other people into the mix. In a 2012 interview with Complex, Malay said this about Frank's collaborations: "We knew we didn't want to make it a record full of a whole bunch of big name collaborators just for the sake of having them. I think it was already public that he had met with Kanye, and everyone kind of expected maybe that collaboration just based on his contribution to Watch the Throne. I think the contribution from Kanye's side became more of a mentorship situation where it's like, this record is amazing, it's incredible, let me help you out in other ways, let me connect you with my visual people," and just having that cosign and that support. So it appears that Kanye didn't take things personally and just wanted to help out in any way possible. That's how much he believed in the music. This story really goes to show you how special of an artist Frank Ocean is, that he had the foresight to understand what a Kanye feature would do for his album. Of course, it would bring more eyes to the project, but it may also have stolen most of the headlines and taken away Frank's moment to truly introduce himself to the world. Your debut project is your chance to show the world who you are and really tell your story. Many people say that you work on your debut album for basically your whole life as you build up the stories you want to tell the world. Frank's album was also extremely personal, so unless a feature was adding to that story, it might have taken away from the narrative. And like Frank told BBC in 2012, to him, the story comes first.
It succinctly defines me as an artist for where I am right now. It's about the stories, like I said. So if I write 14 stories that I love, then the next step is to get the environment of music around it to best envelop the story.
Now, if you're thinking, wow, Frank really must have had a lot of confidence to say no to a Kanye who was fresh off of his masterpiece that was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, especially since we know that Kanye doesn't usually take no's very well.
MTV, tell them what the I said. 5 nominations. Lost the Black Eyed Peas last year, man.
But Frank was not just immune to the star power of the legends he was working with. In an interview with Hot 97, he told Angie Martinez that while he was recording with Jay and Ye for Watch the Throne, he was actually very nervous. So nervous that he was even sweating. But either way, the sessions led to classic songs like Made It in America and No Church in the Wild.
Human beings in a mind. What's a mind to a king?
Channel Orange was released on July 10, 2012 and debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 131,000 copies in its first week. The album also won the Grammy in the category of Best Urban Contemporary Album, which everyone was excited about, well, except for Chris Brown. As much as Kanye probably would have contributed a great verse or chorus or beat to the album, Frank Ocean made the right call. And Kanye continued to be a fan of his craft. After his next album, Blonde, well, excluding Endless. Kanye said he wasn't going to attend the Grammys unless the album was nominated.
I'll tell you this right now. If this album is not nominated in no categories, I'm not showing up to the Grammys.
Since this all took place, while Frank has appeared on Kanye's Life of Pablo on his own song, Frank's track, which was originally the outro to Wolves, Kanye has yet to appear as a feature on any of Frank's rare projects or singles. I mean, Frank has had a verse from Jay and another one from Andre, but none yet from Ye. Well, technically Kanye did feature on one of Frank's projects, but only in his magazine Boys Don't Cry, where he wrote a poem called McDonald's Man, which, as you can probably guess, is about McDonald's. Here, I'll read you a quick couple of bars from the poem. McDonald's man, the French fries had a plan. I always knew them French fries was evil, man. Smelling all good and shit. I don't trust no food that smells that good, man. I knew the Diet Coke was jealous of the fries. I knew the McNuggets was jealous of the fries. Everybody was jealous of them French fries, except for that one special guy, that smooth apple pie. Perhaps the whole thing was a metaphor for Kanye not being jealous of Frank's success because he was so confident in his own abilities, just like the apple pie. But regardless, that doesn't count as a collaboration. To close this video out, there are a couple of lessons that I took away from this video, and I thought it could be a good teaching moment for upcoming artists and just with life in general. Number one, timing is everything. A Kanye verse, a Kanye feature, a Kanye beat can change your whole life, and most of the time you would say yes to that. But timing matters. This was Frank's time to show the world who he truly was, his personal perspective on life, and this was his story. So it wasn't the right time to have a Kanye feature. Number two, every opportunity isn't good just because it's there. Like Big Sean said on his song, everything is not for everybody. You know, just because you have the opportunity for a new job, or just because you have the opportunity to travel somewhere, that doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you. And that's important, to think about opportunities that are best for you. Just because something looks good to other people or from the outside, or because your friend would take it in a second, or someone, you know, looking up to you would take it in a second, does not mean that you should say yes to every opportunity, which leads me to number three, saying no. I think it was Charlemagne on a podcast that once said, you can measure your success by the first time that you say no to something important, no to a big opportunity. And I think this is a huge moment in Frank's career, because had he said yes to this Kanye verse, it could have changed the whole perspective of who Frank is. It could have changed the whole narrative of his first album. It could have changed all the headlines surrounding his body of work that he worked so hard on. Trust your gut. Frank understood that this just wasn't right for him at the time. He understood that he had to trust his gut instinct, which was having this project be mostly him and not have anything on there to outshine his vision. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Share this with the biggest Frank or Kanye fans you know, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at Jeremy_Heck. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I just dropped a video about how Kid Cudi almost retired and what Joe Budden, Wale, and will.i.am have to do with it. And if you're interested, you can go check that out now. Dream good, live better. I hope you have one heck of a day. And if nobody has told you yet today, I love you. Thank you guys again for watching. See you in the next video.